Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I am on the planet and I have the big ship with me. That's nothing new to you basically, because I think that was that was the same the last time. But I made some changes, and yesterday I played a bit in my world with 1WSX10. We tested some new settings for his vector thrust system, and then he started to paint my world. I will have to see if I keep that. But I have started to build out a platform so I can land the big ship a bit more, a bit easier than I I have at the moment. I have it at the moment. So I've set up this line so I can connect it to the rest of the system, made another solar panel, and I had to rebuild the small rover. We will go there and test this in a second. Just to show you, we talked about this, that one of my viewers had the idea to set up the vector thrust on this rover and then just use one thruster. We will take a look at that in a minute. The changes to the vector thrust script, they are not implemented yet, and I don't know when 1WSX10 will do something there. But he's trying to make it less wobbly, and for some things we achieved that. For some things it's a bit hard to balance, because normally you would have to, there are settings now in there I don't really understand, but he basically has put in settings now that allows basically how fast, how strong the thrusters or the rotors react, and then how fast they are dampened down basically again, so they don't wobble. The big ship, the settings need to be tweaked. The middle one I have, the one I built with 1WSX10 basically, or I tested with 1WSX10 together in the episode we recorded together. That one, man, this one now flies really, really neat. And the small one I've built, it is also improved, but I changed some stuff on the ship itself now to make it even a bit easier to fly. And again, I can tweak the settings now. I can show you what we have now, but it's nothing finished. But 3 top settings, I can set them in the program itself, or in the script itself. I can change them on the fly with the buttons down below. And this is the stuff. The P setting, as far as I understood it, is the one that regulates how fast the thrusters can react and how much, I will call it torque now, and I'm sure that's wrong, but how much torque is put onto the rotors on the thrusters to change their position. And the D setting there is the one that slows them down in the end again, so they don't oscillate. We will go into space in a bit anyway, see how this ship now behaves. I also and still have the rotor strength mod activated. I don't know if I had that the last time. I think I had. So rotor strength mod is still on, but the settings are set to the normal levels, so that we could test that. Good. Let us go. Let us go to the car so we can see what I have done there. This one is really nice. So let me get rid of the cargo container. I have put that on there to grab to grab one of the... Oh, let me put a bit of sound back on. I've turned that off yesterday. Was listening to videos and I didn't want to have crazy loud sounds. Good. This one, again, this one is a thing of beauty. So we have the normal car, and yesterday we figured some settings out. The wheels in themselves are set a bit too stiff for the whole thing. So if you bring down the strength and the dampening and all that stuff, then suddenly they do a job with dampening again. So they have travel now and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. The wheels still don't behave perfectly. I think it's okay for now. We can commence more rover building, I would say. But the funny thing now is, okay, let us turn on the gyro. Let us turn off the wheel and let us turn on the hover engine. Okay, so you can see the program is on standby. I turn that on and suddenly the engine wants to go somewhere, but it's not turned on, so we need to turn that on. I'm standing still now, and now we can accelerate with the engine, and this is really, really neat. We can really use that. It works basically like a hovercraft now. The engine now pushes it into the right direction and also slows it down if needed. You can see it still travels. Once you have speed, it takes time to slow it down. The wheels are, at least when it comes to that, a bit more precise, but you could make this as big as you want, and then this one is even able to push itself up the hills and all that stuff. So this works pretty well. If the wheels can't go anymore, we can change it now and use the hover engines and the engine on top. 1WSX10 even said that the hover engines would work with this script, so it seems they are compatible as far as I understood it. Good. So that's now a neat new toy that we have in our arsenal. That's so much cooler. Good. The big ship now, that's another thing I discovered. It sank basically. It was not able to hover, but now it is. After I changed, you can see that I changed the small thrusters for some bigger ones. The bigger ones. And now it can hover. So this makes life a lot easier, I would say. Good. I want to go back to the asteroid. Maybe grab some more things. We definitely need more steel plates and we need more grids, metal grids. I want to make a platform, oval shaped or something like that platform. It's 23 blocks wide and I think I will make it, don't know, at least double that, so that I can park this ship and then maybe have the other ships on the edges if needed. We need a copy of the smaller vector thrust ship here, I think, to get around. I'm not sure now. Maybe I will just bring the ship with me, try to give it a piggyback ride on this ship or so. This one is fairly massive. I underestimated how big it would be. And I'm not sure if I need more thrusters on here. One tip for building nacelles for the vector thrust ships is have basically the weight in line. So have the thrusters, not like I have it on the other ship where the thrusters are here on the sides, but have them in line. That also reduces wobble because the whole thing doesn't need to move the huge masses that stick out to the side. Okay, I will go on and maybe do a bit more work on this platform here. Then we will take off with the ship and come back, get some more materials, come back, and what the next thing I want to do is I want to extend this line into this area more. You can see at the moment the build and repair system is not able to build this, and we need to ensure that we can do that. Oh, this is... Oh yeah, by the way, that's sometimes happening now. For some reason, these things drop out of the sky and then get destroyed or vanish into the planet. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe that's another bug, because normally they should just land with parachutes. Or is that only one type? Is that only one type that does that? Not sure. Good. Let me figure out the size of this platform. Yeah, I want to deal with this basically right now to see how much stuff I will need and all these things. I finally need an assembler down here. I have already put in oxygen generator, connected it up to the medical station, and I've put in some ice. I hid a bit of an ice dig below one of the pillars, so we can go there and dig out a bit of the ice without disturbing our landscape too much. Good. I will work on the platform a bit more until my materials here run out, and then we will go back into space. I'm, as always, not sure if that's just big enough. For the moment, it might be enough. So, yeah, now we need materials and we need to establish another build and repair system. I think what I want to do is put build and repair systems under the platform so that we can even use this one to build things. So I left a space here to maybe add some collectors. This one survived. To maybe add some collectors so that we can maybe put so collectors here, connector on the bottom, and then have basically the connector throw out stuff. That could be the thing. I'm not sure. We need to see how that works out, especially with the reactor being connected to it. Does a connector, if I tell him to grab everything and then to throw it out, grabs blah, 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 does he grab stuff out of reactors? Or does he just take it out of cargo containers and other inventories? We will have to test that. So we will modify the ship on the asteroid station, then fill up a bit more with things, and after that we land it here. build another built-in repair system, build the collectors here, and then we try to throw the stuff out, I would say. Good, let us start. The thrusters are turned on. This is deactivated. Now we should be able to just fly back to the asteroid station. You can see that I have some more thrusters to the sides to keep it a bit from slipping. What I can do, and I still love it. See the I need to make the settings a bit better. Sometimes, although I like it, now the thrusters do a bit of an independent turn, basically. They the back thrusters sometimes just to keep the ship from stopping when I need to stop it. The front ones try to keep it up. It's neat. It's still need to fly with that thing. So let me coast back to the asteroid station. That should work out. In my opinion, the ships now with the new settings and all that stuff, and again, that's not finalized. That will come to the version that's on the workshop, I think, at one time, and there were some ideas 1WSX10 had to make more modifications to that, but for me, the ships behave a lot better in space now. That's a thing I really, really, really like, because my ships, serve both purposes, and I always had the wish to, have them also behave in a nice way in space. So, let us add the connector down here, and then that's the first modification I want to do to it. Basically put this on, rename this to bottom something something, and then we fill it up again. One thing I want to do is I want to bring the small one, by the way, the small one also was a casualty of 1WSX10's rampage with the paint can. So, but I'm okay with this. I can have it that way for now. So this will be the bottom connector, just so I know it. This one gets a landing gear. Give me a sec. This one gets a landing gear so that we can connect it to the ship, and hopefully this doesn't make any problems. Hopefully the ship can deal with it. Let us do this. And then we fly it over there. Yeah, you can see that I changed this out to also have the rotating thruster in that axis. It makes flying this thing a bit nicer. This one now flies perfect. I love this one. We need to finish this one, and then I can use it more. With the new stability of the vector thrust, I might even try to build a vector thrust minor. If it works out the way that I saw with this ship and with the small one, that it is a bit more precise even without the rotor strength mod, because that was basically the plan, to remove the necessity for the rotor strength. With the rotor strength, the whole nacelles immediately stop when they move and all that stuff, and so There's the wobble is reduced greatly with that, but now the wobble gets reduced with the without the rotor strength mod too. So I'm pretty happy with this. So let us see where we can best park it. I think somewhere. I will make another. I will put another beam on the back here so I can connect this ship. I don't want to connect it to. I could land it on here, and I don't want it to land on the cargo containers. If it gets destroyed or something on the way, then yeah, maybe it's safer to not have it on the cargo containers. Let us do it that way. Connect it to the front too, and then I have a bit more of a stable, not a stable platform, but this is better to land it on the blocks than to land it directly on the cargo containers. But I can connect it to that. Hopefully it holds while in flight. I will have to turn off the vector thrust, I think, and I think I will power the whole thing down and let it just be connected with the landing gear. Good. Okay, this one should be welded up. It is. Did I make any changes to here? Not really. Bridge is gone. This one is set to the normal settings. It was scary with the strength mod. The whole thing tensed up. It was like a someone that gripped too hard on something and then tried to push it over the limit, basically. And after I reduced the strength, and you can see it still did that survive some of the changes. Let me take a look. Rotor, I think maybe I will also reduce the braking torque just to be sure. So when I changed the settings here and I went down from the high 1 something million mega newtons whatsoever, the whole thing sank a bit. It was really, really scary to see that thing. While playing, this whole thing made a bit of a problem for 1WSX10. If you are on servers and play with a lot of stuff like this around, that might not be a good idea. 1WSX10 had all the time clanging noises, saw this thing basically fly away, and don't do that on servers. It might make the experience for other players not so nice. Okay, let us bring this in. See how it's a lot smoother now. It's still rotating and it's still doing stuff, but the whole experience is a lot better in my opinion. So turn that off now. There shouldn't be any problems with this thing while landing. We will take it slow. Hopefully, I moved this out of the way, and I need to find more materials. I need to go back mining soon. Okay. One thing I want to look up is what materials do the metal grids need. Is it just iron, or I think they also need cobalt or something like that? I should take a look at this. Let me... Control panel and production, the locked one, the metal grids, cobalt and nickel. I don't have a lot of that. Okay, let us take a look how many ingots I do have. Nickel 120,000, cobalt 110,000. That's not the quota. Iron, ooh. I wanted to say my iron reserves near its end, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. I think I will pack stuff and then we fly back. I don't know how long I'm recording for now. It could be that we have to do the work on the platform and all that stuff in the next episode. But I'm not sure. I will take a look in a bit. Yeah, let me fill this up and then we fly back. The ship is not filled up. I'm scared about the weight when it comes to that. But I have now some ores with me, so we can did I pack ores or did I pack ingots? I think I packed ingots. No, I packed ores. If a mixture, some silicon ore, some ingots. I don't want the silicon ore. I want to have silicon with me. That's what I want. So let us grab 50,000 of that. Okay. The problem always is the weight, and I'm not sure how much weight I can really safely bring into the atmosphere. We need to test that at one point. Fill it up completely. When it's built, basically. When it's built, we fill it up completely, see if that works. Then we might make another simulation of that. Not sure. Good. Let us go. Let us go. This one is not turned on, so... Are the thrusters on? Thrusters are on. Now we can speed this up. Be a bit careful with the ship on top. I hope this works out and I hope we don't crash anything here. Good. Speeding up the ship now is a bit slower, but that's okay. It's a big ship. We don't need... It's not a race car, let's say it that way. I think I will come back to you when I hit the gravity so that we can see how this whole thing behaves. We will not finish the landing pad today. We started and in the next episode we hopefully finish it. We will continue to lay down the built-in repair system and then finish the landing pad, bring in the system to collect all the stuff so we can disconnect it. Maybe add some cargo containers to the bottom of the landing pad. That might be a good idea so that we can collect everything that we have stored in here. And we could think about setting up a TIM system on the planet. Maybe. But yeah, let us safely, hopefully safely land this thing and then yeah, I will come back to you when we are in gravity. We are in gravity now and I want to slow down a bit. That is a bit too fast for my taste, but I think, yeah, at the moment that still works. The ion thrusters, I don't know when they lose they should start to lose already their basically their power. Down there they basically have no power here, but again, we have to be a bit careful because we don't want to slow us completely down now. So I will coast a bit more and use the dampeners with the script work a bit different. Again, I can coast now, and the dampeners will try to keep the ship from falling, and we need to remember to later activate that when we want to coast on the planet. Otherwise, it could end up badly for us. So I want to try to get too close, not too close, closer to the GPS point, so that we don't have to fly halfway around the planet to reach our destination. And I don't want to be close to the mountains that you see below the ship, or basically ahead of the ship right now. Sometimes when the ship basically crashes from the heavens, then the mountains come a bit too close for my taste. I'm not too fast at the moment. That's a good thing. So at one point, the ion thrusters will lose their power. And then there's a gap in between the atmospherics taking over. The atmospherics, I think, take over at around 9,000 or something. You can suddenly see them spinning. So I will start to brake now, and then we will see at one point that the ion thrusters don't slow the ship down anymore, and the speed goes up again. And then around 9,000, the atmospherics take over, atmospheric thrusters take over, and then it slows down again. That's what I want. We usually come pretty close to the surface with the ship. Now, I'm fairly slow, so we might have to speed it up a bit again, but I think the thrust also already goes down. The number goes, I think, slower now. Yeah, we are picking up speed, I think. Yeah, you can see that now the number reverses. Now we are speeding up, and now we will speed up until around 9,000 meters or something like that, and then you should see the atmospheric thruster spin up. Hopefully that's visible. And then they will try to break our fall. This is so crazy. It's always scary, always. Because again, you have this gap. Now they speed up. And soon we should slow down. Now we slow down again. Nice. Okay, I will go to a halt, bring the ship up again a bit, and then we will use basically the turned off dampeners to go over to the base. At the base, I need to remember to bring down the target acceleration. Here, that's wobble that I don't like. The back thrusters don't do it, the front thrusters do it. It might be because they are not in the same axes, basically. That could be the problem that we have here. Okay. This, and then we fly over to the base. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. Landing this ship is always a bit of a challenge, especially if you want to bring it down on this small bridge here. But it works out. It's neat for such a for such a big thing at the moment. It behaves pretty well. Has some problems, but again, it tries to be nice to me. Okay, can we lock it? Scoot over a bit. Now we can turn off the thrusters, let it drop, turn these off, and then we just lock it. That worked out pretty well. Good! That's what I wanted to achieve. More materials here. Now I can build out the infrastructure. So what I want to do next for me is build an assembler, build a refinery, have that in the background for now, and then in the next episode we start to lay down more. Let me go out. We build out more conveyors and then start to build a bit of infrastructure below this thing. Again, maybe some cargo containers that we can hide in here. I could also hide some of the industrial infrastructure here. So maybe hide the, not hide, but put the refineries down here too. Could work out. We will have to see. Good, but I think that's all for today. I have now a smaller ship here that I can use to get back into space for smaller runs. At the moment we have materials, so we don't, if I want to go to the station, I don't need to always take the big ship now. Good. Yeah, more work with rovers, building up the base. That's all I want. That's basically what I want to do now. Good, people. I would say that's all for today. I think I said that already, but hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on it, and yeah, maybe take a look at the description. There's all the links to Twitter, Patreon, and all that stuff. Twitter mainly used to see when I bring out new episodes. Patreon, yeah, we have to talk about that again. Patreon, and I will make maybe an update about that, because I'm not good at it, but I'm trying my best to yeah, get more into contact with all the Patreon people, or the Patreon people. At the moment it's not, it's one person, so hopefully in the future there will be more. Yeah, I had another video fall under the bad light of, I don't know, the AI, and I don't know what for. Hopefully the number of videos that get the yellow symbol hopefully will, yeah, go back a bit. Okay, people, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.